Good morning, everyone. Before we formally start our lesson today, let's have first an activity called 4 Peaks, 1 Word. Are you familiar with this activity? Okay, who would like to answer for picture number 1? Okay, let's have Christine. Very good, Christine. That is right. How about for picture number 2? Yes, Gerald. Yes, you are correct. Okay, this time, since you had answered all the items correctly in our activity earlier, I have a question. What do you think is our lesson for today? Yes, Marvin? Very well said, Marvin. Specifically, we're going to discuss one of the Blaan dance called Blit Blaan dance. For us to be guided in our lesson for today, we need to know first our learning objectives. May I request Sheila to read our objectives? Thank you, Sheila, for reading our learning objectives for this day. Okay, this time we're going to watch a video clip and later I'm going to ask some questions. So, you really need to make sure that you take note of the following inputs in this video.
The Blit Bilaan is a courtship dance of the Bilaan of Davao del Sur, imitating forest birds during the mating season. It is performed to the rhythm of a kudlong. The dance revolves around two male birds in pursuit of a female bird. A tubular cloth called a malong is used by the female dancers to represent the bird's wings.
So based on the video you've watched, who can define Blit Blaan? Yes, Carla? That's great, Carla. Thank you for that. Class, for us to know more about Blit Blaan dance, let us watch a video about it, and all you need to do is to pay attention to the video and try to take notes on the important points from it.
All the movements in the Blit Bilaan are done with the knees slightly bent. There's a springing movement on both feet that is common to both the males and females.
Based on the video you watched, you had partially learned some of the basic steps of Blit Blaan dance. Do you think you can properly execute those movements or figure that was shown in the video? So, why do we need to know the basic steps in performing Blit Blaan? Yes, Sean? Exactly. So, here are the basic steps of Blit Blaan dance.
Female birds enter with running steps with their malong draped around their necks while they hold both ends. Their arms glide alternately to the right and left to simulate flying. They execute a whirl turn to the right in place with their arms in twisted T position. They face the back and raise both ends of the malong up and down alternately to the right and left. They then run diagonally forward to the right, left, and right again. They do running steps backward while pulling their right arm downward. They run forward and backward as they raise both arms up and down. They turn to the left with their left arm on their waist and the right arm raised. The right arm raises one end of the malong and lets it go. The females then turn around and raise their left arm up and down. Now the male birds jump towards the female birds while holding their malong on both ends. With the same springing movement on both feet, they raise each end of the malong alternately to the right and left. The females begin to execute flirty movements. One simulates the fixing of her hair, another puts on her makeup, while the other fixes her dress by swaying both ends of her malong. At this point, one female catches the attention of the male birds. One after the other, both males fling their malongs to capture the female bird. The two other females do whirl turns to the right and left. The two male birds execute motions of invitation with one hand while holding onto the waist of the captured female. Using hand motions, the captured female bird shows her preference towards one male and aversion towards the other. She breaks free and runs to join the other female birds. After the female bird breaks free, the male birds now simulate fighting through leaps, front rolls, and kicks in between the basic springing movement of the feet. They use their malong for striking. The females spread their malong open, and with their hands inside, they run and do a whirl turn to the right. Then they do 4 leaps in place and another whirl turn to the left. They run around to escape the fighting with gliding movements. They move sideward to the left. With a turn to the right, they fling their malong over their right shoulder. They now execute movements to simulate confusion and fear. They do fast step left and right motions of the feet with a brush on the right. After more leaping and turning, one male bird jumps in place while twirling his malong. He bends in a squatting position as the other bird leaps to mount the other's shoulders. He holds both ends of the malong overhead while the other bird raises his left arm. With springing feet movement, the females fling their malong back front. They swing them up and down to the right and left and end in a pose. The right arm is up, holding one end of the malong, while the left is down, holding the other end. The left foot is pointed forward across the right with the body slightly tilted backward.
Since we already discussed the basic steps of Blit Blaan dance and the process on how to perform it, let us try to have a short activity. This activity is to be participated by group. Expectedly, you will be grouped into 5 and you will be tasked to perform some of the basic steps of Blit Blaan dance. Am I understood? Good. You may now proceed to your respective group. Now plan and practice for 10 minutes. Are you done? So class, how did you define the activity? What did you feel while learning the steps? Now based on our discussion today, do you think this dance is still practiced today? Do you think this is important? What do you think is the importance of Blit Blaan in promoting our cultural heritage? Yes, Carla? Very well said, Carla. It is really important for us to value our own culture and tradition in such a way that we are patronizing our own native dances, and Blit Blaan dance is one of the dances that reflects our beliefs, customs, and traditions. Respecting one's culture such as the Blaan is like promoting our own Filipino culture. What a wonderful discussion we had today, class. I do hope that you really apply these learnings to your personal life experiences. Do you have any questions or clarifications before we proceed to our short quiz? In this juncture, you are going to answer some questions in just 10 minutes. I will just send the link for our short quiz today. Okay, class, for your assignment, you are going to perform Blit Blaan dance. For you to be guided, you can watch through YouTube, or if you have friends who know how to dance Blit Blaan, you can ask help from them. So you're going to pass this on January 30, 2022. This is 50 points and it's a video presentation. Thank you.